I would like to thank everybody for tuning in to the Shut Up Already podcast, where we discuss everything related to sports. It's your boy K.
And it's your boy P. Feeve, a.k.a. Mr. Nobody.
And at this time, I would like to thank King Neppy for all the fresh wear. Now, let's transition into this. So Derek Carr recently posted comments on Twitter saying that he would be willing to fight Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith in a UFC fight based on comments made on First Take questioning his desire to play football. So my question is, who will win in a UFC fight between Derek Carr and Stephen A. Smith?
So, first and foremost, I've actually bumped into Stephen A. Smith on the sidelines at the Redskins game, and by no means is that a small individual. Like, Stephen A. is not a frail-looking guy. He's a pretty solid guy.
I mean, he built like a football player.
Yeah, pretty much. So then when you look at Derek Carr, the only thing is I say 6'3", young, 6'1", 51. I think the youth is going to get the best of that. Now, when it comes to, if you was asking if Derek Carr versus Max Kellerman, it's going to be like a Mike Tyson fight. It's like there's no chance Max Kellerman down in 30 seconds.
Blink twice and it's over?
Yeah, it's not even going to happen. I mean, it's not even going to be a fight. It's not even going to be worth anything. You know, remember like back in the day with Mike Tyson, you spend $90 and it only lasts a minute.
30 seconds?
Yeah, man. Like that's how that whole bout is going to go down. But to answer your question between Derek Carr and Stephen A. Smith, I'm going to lean more towards Derek Carr.
I was thinking about the difference in age, but I think Stephen A. would get him, man.
Man, I mean, but you think about
think about it for a second. Stephen A's from Queens, man. I ain't never met no soft person from Queens. And you got to understand something. Earlier this year, Derek Carr's own teammates was questioning his toughness, and they accused the man of crying on the football field.
I mean, but when we talk about Queens, I mean, I ain't never met 51-year-old arthritis from Queens. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to take that into consideration. Like, Queens is, yeah, no doubt, no disrespect, but arthritis is a monster. So you just got to just remember that.
I mean, Stephen A., 6'1", built like a football player, and he got grown man strength.
Yeah,
you forget about that.
Yeah, he got grown man strength, but he still got that one-a-day vitamin he taking.
But if he just get his hands on Derek Carr, man, he'd be done.
I beg to differ. So.
See, you just keep thinking about the fact that Derek Carr is a football player, but let's not forget he's a quarterback, so he spends his whole time trying not to get hit.
Yeah, but
that's the difference.
But he's an athlete that's active. You know, that's the part. You know, when I saw Stephen A. Smith on the sideline at the game, he wasn't running up and down the field. He was in a suit, walking. That's his job. Like Derek Carr's running, weight room. Not saying that Stephen A. may not. I mean,
Stephen A. look like he work out.
Yeah, he might work out, but at the same time, you know, ailments as you get older, man, everything don't work the same. You know, he might get that first initial lockup. He might show Derek Carr a little something that may make Derek Carr respect him, but in the end, that youth is gonna win. That youth is gonna win. I'm trying to tell you. My money is on Derek Carr.
So y'all hearing talking about old people, right? But look, man, I'm just trying to tell you, man. I know he probably won't be able to last several rounds because of his endurance, because of his age. I get that. But if he get his hands on him in the first couple of rounds, I think he'll take Derek Carr out, man.
It's not gonna be a couple of rounds because that age is gonna tell within the first round. By the time he get the prancing around in there, it's not gonna be what you think it is. And we're talking about UFC. We're not talking about the sweet science. We're talking about grappling, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, you know, striking. We're talking about all of that. Stuff that when you see young people doing, you know, participating in this sport, they're winded after a minute and a half. So if a young person is winded in a minute and a half, what do you think that's going to do to a 51-year-old man? it's gonna win him too.
Okay. I'm gonna say this again in case you didn't hear me the first time. His own teammates earlier this year, Derek Carr got hit in the shoulder in a game, was laid out on the ground, and his own teammates accused him of crying on the football field. So this man, the sport that he plays, a contact sport, can't get hit without crying on the field. So you telling me that this man gonna be able to take a punch to the face? Man, I'm telling you right now, Stephen A. punched him in the face one time, he out.
I'd have to ask the question: how big was him lineman that hit him?
Look, I think LL said it best. Mama said, knock you out.
I still think Derek Carr got him though, but that's me.
All right.